Ready.
Radwanska to serve.
Play.
Forehand goes astray.
15.
Confident start, Tracy, from Radwanska.
Yes, and that's what you're going to see from her is accuracy. She gets it done with wonderful placement.
Thirty, 15.
You won't see too many of those. Well, it was a confident return and a confident move.
40, 15.
Strapping on both thighs. So Lisicki yet to find her rhythm. Radwanska off to a lead. So much has happened to her in the last few years, of course. She came here in '09 completely unheralded because Netzfer and Wozniacki before losing to Safina. Didn't play in 2010. Had 5 months off with a left ankle problem, but then came bouncing back 2 years ago, beat Lina and Bartoli, and a quarter-finalist last year. So well used to the big occasion here at Wimbledon.
Yes, she's beaten 4 reigning French Open champions. Last 4 times that she's played. You mentioned she missed 2010. 2014, the French Open champion is going to want to stay away from Sabine Lisicki in the Wimbledon draw.
Oh yes, great combination. Awesome power, and then that lovely touch.
30 low.
Love the willingness to come in. Sees it. She's hit the ball with conviction. Radwanska in trouble. Very quick up to the net. Beauty.
Clear thinking too.
Yes, nice to see her use a little finesse.
40 low.
It's this one early. It's a very errant toss. She should have caught it.
17 miles an hour. And Dad nodding approval. Mum too.
Well, prodigious power here from Lisicki, and that's what's going to happen if Radwanska doesn't hit the spots on her serve.
Have to be very careful. Nearly a Djokovic moment.
15.
Very interesting here. You're not allowed to touch the net, but you actually can reach over to hit it. And that happens very rarely. But only if it's come over on your side and then goes back over on your opponent's.
That's 15.
Change of pace there from Radwanska.
Well, there you see one of the reasons why Radwanska is so taped up on her thighs, because she has to get down so low. If she wants to protect her position on the baseline, she has to take all the weight through those thighs and through those extra special knees that she has for her special brand of squat tennis.
Definitely a trademark shot for her when she hits that shot. Most people can't even get into this position, let alone hit an accurate shot from there. She's very flexible.
Most of us can't get out of that position.
So Radwanska edging in front.
It's 2 games to 1 for set.
It's been a strange run for Radwanska ever since she got to the final here last year, which I thought would lift her off. She started this year fantastically well, didn't she? Won Auckland and Sydney, and I think she won 13 successive matches. It looked to be her year, and then suddenly bad results came.
To me, she is missing that one quality, and it's power. I mean, women's tennis in general is all about power now. So she has just about every other aspect of the game, and so many other parts of her game make up for the lack of power. But that's what she's struggled with. Doesn't have that huge serve to give her a lot of free points, although it is underrated. It's very accurate.
She's had quite a few injuries as well, though. She's had a long-standing shoulder injury that has flared up a little this year. Her back has been bothering her, and actually her results were so inconsistent, as we see Anne Jones, the 69 champion there. I almost wonder if there was something off happening off the court.
Former champion here, Conchita Martinez.
Wow.
Comfortably in, soaked up the power, and then what a dream of a shot.
This is what she did so well against Serena Williams, moving to that backhand wing and hitting winners, penetrating shots.
this is great. And it's good to see Radwanska moving as well as that.
30 love.
But hang on, Radwanska's going, this isn't the script here. I'm not supposed to be doing all this.
Thirty, 15.
Seven unforced already for Lisicki. That's one thing that's really been different here at Wimbledon. She's really seemed to have had a game plan and has been able to execute. She's been more consistent throughout matches, sustaining that high level of tennis. I think better shot selection as well. To me, that was always something that was a little difficult for her. She has so much power, but you got to wait to use it at the right time.
Great stuff. Great for the crowd. Obviously, the first semi was a disappointment, and
40, 30.
already very encouraging signs in this match.
Nice versatility. Sabine Lisicki using that forehand, really sharp angle again to widen the court.
Yes.
You just see Radwanska there, just weighing all this up. She's absolutely forensic, isn't she, in her analysis of the match and what's going on.
Advantage, Miss Lisicki.
So did the job.
She's mixing up her spots on the serve nicely.
Again, Miss Lisicki.
Radwanska looking around her, no challenge though.
Two games all. First set.
Yes, already the crowd thoroughly engaged in this. Murky crowd, clouds overhead, but the audience here really enthralled.
Really perfect weather to play. It's not too bright, not in the server's eyes. It's a nice temperature. And very still.
Might be very different at the weekend, a heat wave forecast.
Summer. Starts tomorrow, I understand.
A typical Radwanska point.
Great anticipation.
40 love.
She just seems to know where her opponent's going to hit the ball, and she's there waiting. along with the great foot speed.
Game is Radwanska. Miss Radwanska leads 3-2 first set.
Back home in Poland, there is huge interest in this match. No Pole has ever won a Grand Slam in the Open era. Of course, they got Janowicz through the semi-final of the men. But she is the biggest star in Poland. There was a ski jumper called Adam Małysz who was a superstar there. But he's just retired. And Radwanska is the big deal there now.
Yes, for a while it was Robert Kubica, wasn't it, the Formula One driver, but she's taken over completely. There's a great quote, though, in one of the big Polish national news stories. I'm not even going to try and say what it's called, but apparently they were asking, you know, why there's so many Polish players now. That's the big story. And this journalist, is very well respected journalist, says, I don't know why this has happened. It's probably just coincidence or luck. We don't have any system and we don't have any tennis academies. How about that?
There's one for the LTA.
Her father, Robert, tennis coach, actually, her and her sister Ursula spent 6 years in Germany when they were youngsters because her father was a pro at a tennis club in Germany. And has known Sabine Lisicki since they were about 10 years old.
That's how she wants to win the comfortable points, just like that. Radwanska won't worry about those stats. It's going to be like that, and she'd have identified that beforehand.
We're getting very retro, aren't we, this week at Wimbledon? All this sort of serving and volleying and drop shotting and lobbing. Tracy, you're back in your era. The bad news for Radwanska is that serve is starting to heat up. She just hit one at 114.
Lost the delicacy of touch in that one.
Miscue there. Yes, Radwanska said they played each other for the first time in the team championships in Poland, in the 10 and unders.
First ace of the match goes to the German.
3 games all. First set.
We suspected there'd be a few breaks in this match, and that's how it's panning out. No breaks, no break points so far. Employing all her guile, but Lisicki read it well.
Really fun tennis to watch.
Love 15.
Dipping cross court to set up the passing shot. Didn't go for the clean winner on the first one. Very good tactic. Second serve of Radwanska, 71 miles per hour. That might be the shortest shot that Lisicki's going to see in a point. It's very attackable.
Love 40.
So 3 break points, the first break points of the match.
Hey!
Her game sometimes is rather like a faulty box of fireworks. You never know quite what direction it's all going to go off in.
Feast or famine. That's why with someone like Radwanska, she's so mentally tough. She'll just wait for any little opportunity, and if she maybe just gets one, she can turn it around.
She's turned left 40 around.
Yes.
Right off the line.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of times that's happened,
Advantage, Miss
and there's
Lisicki.
definitely more paint on that baseline than there is on any other line, and that's why that ball is really checking there.
So a 4th chance for the German. To feel for Radwanska. No luck at all there.
Miss Lisicki leads 4 games to 3%.
Well, they say luck evens out during a match, but she's owed some now after the shot off the line and then the shot off the net cord.
Yeah, pretty critical time there, but again, Lisicki has been hitting that running backhand, and particularly when her opponent is moving forward up the line very precisely this entire tournament.
Tracy, if you're Radwanska, it's been very tough to live at the back of the court with Lisicki if she's on her ground strokes. How much would you come in if you were her?
Well, I think that's a great idea, a great tactic to kind of change the rhythm. But the key is she's got to get a short enough shot. You know, if Lisicki's hitting the ball so strong and so much power and depth, it'll be hard for her to get into the net. I wouldn't mind a random serve volley. She's so good with her volley, good technique, and her positioning. That's where most women on the tour have problems with, is the positioning in the net, knowing where to stand.
Massive day for Poland. Could be a famous weekend for her country. But it's Lisicki with the break.
.122.
Wow. Some of the tabloids have nicknamed her Doris Becker. I was reading the other day, after Boom Boom himself, Boris Becker.
And the interesting thing now is that after an iffy start, she's looking very composed, Lisicki. We said at the start, if she is composed and can find her game, she should win this. stop. It's not just the crowd that likes her.
4 too low.
Just enough topspin on this forehand.
Game is Lisicki.
And then there's that 119 out wide. And she's flying now.
Tough to get that speed out wide.
Miss Lisicki leads 5 games to 3 for set.
Suddenly she's raced to 3 games in a row, and Radwanska is serving to stay in the set. First ace for the pole.
Didn't get it done with heat, but with placement. So much confidence.
Radwanska making the move forward. She might think twice about doing that now.
She'll feel more pressure to put more on the approach.
Let's first.
Even the squat shot missing out at the moment. Well, it was so short, she had almost too much time.
30.
Yes. Canny play from Radwanska, knew that Lisicki was going to make her move.
40-30.
Best drop shot in the women's game. And she disguises it well.
Are we at plan B yet?
It's 5 games to 4 for set.
Radwanska drawing on all her experience there. She was unlucky, got broken, continued to be unlucky, but has fought back there. That was as good a game as she's played in the match so far.
Very solid. And that's what you expect from Radwanska. She just doesn't give you much. Dr. Lisicki, very happy with his daughter's play. Just to his left, went Facet. Facet, of course, worked with Kim Kleisters, and I think that's a very good move to put him and her entourage working with a champion like Kleisters. He knows a lot about his way about a Grand Slam.
It's actually worked quite well, hasn't it? Because Dr. Lisicki, he's the opposite of a power-hungry parent. He's a very sort of smiley chap. He has a PhD in sports science, and when sometimes they bring someone in, it doesn't really work. And also, I feel her mum is really important. Her mum is the opposite of a tiger mum. You know, she's an artist. I think she's big in ceramics, apparently. You know, so she's a very relaxed character. And just in the corner picture, Barbara Rittner, who's the Fed Cup captain.
Often better to be better in ceramics than forehands, as a mum.
Maybe the case.
Little balance.
A really good second serve. Radwanska again looking down. 105 miles an hour.
15 all.
Radwanska here, you're thinking about getting a lot of returns back in play, keeping the points lengthy.
13.
Take that into the computer as well. She's struggling to close this set out, Lisicki.
And so composed there, Lisicki. Tempted to come in, but stopped. Waited and fired.
30 all.
Radwanska didn't do enough with that second serve. She had a good look at it. It's only 68 miles per hour. 1530. There was a little opening there.
Interesting there, it was Radwanska who was being the braver.
Standing close to the baseline and dictating.
30, 40.
And her ability to redirect and change the direction of the ball is second to none on the tour.
So the longest rally, followed by a break point. There it is, the confidence to really unleash at a crucial stage.
Yes. Advantage, Miss Lisicki.
More power. Now, set point. Terrific first set. And it's the powerhouse Lisicki who's taken it 6 games to 4. You know who that is next to? Next to?
Radwanska.
Yeah.
No, I've seen it quite a lot.
It's not Ursula.
That's not Ursula, no.
And a buzz around the court. That was very entertaining, much more entertaining than the 2 sets in the first semi-final. Just one break, the difference. But we were saying that she's got confidence going into this. This will give her even more confidence. She's going to be a nightmare to break down now.
Key is if she can sustain this level. It's very tough to break her serve. Lisicki getting 67% of her serves, and that's a nice hefty first service percentage. Really dictating with her forehand and seems even more relaxed now than she was at the beginning of the match.
My question was, when she first came into this match, few famous faces there, if you like your football. Was that, could she sustain this level that she's had for all the tournament? But she's been playing without pressure. Now she's playing with pressure here.
That is not in the script.
Actually, I think Lisicki's feeling that she doesn't have the pressure because she's the lower ranked player at 24, Radwanska at number 4.
That set up and asked to be hit, and Lisicki is not in the mood to hang around.
Lot 13.
She has a mantra. It is never hold back.
Lot 40.
This is desperate stuff now for Radwanska.
Yes, this would be very costly to start out the second set, already a breakdown.
Game is Lisicki.
Another raking return. What was also interesting was that Radwanska stumbled a little bit as the ball went past her.
First game, second set.
It's actually the first
Lisicki.
time that I saw anything having to do with what you thought might not be 100%. She's played 3 more hours than her opponent, Lisicki. She's asking for ice bags. She played a match against Lina. 2 ice bags.
It's a 2 ice bag day. Oh. But she's got heat pads on her thighs.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
I was going to make a sexist point, then I'll just keep it well buttoned up. Heat pads and ice packs. Great combination.
Lot 50.
Actually, I think the one thing that I have noticed on her serve today is the toss has been askew a few times. Haven't seen that the rest of the tournament. That's just nerves, which is very understandable.
Oh, well played, Agnieszka.
Lot 13.
Knew it had to be good.
Lisicki went right up the middle to take the angle away.
Sensational shot.
Fifteen, 13.
All that power in that right arm employed there.
14.
So a chance here for Radwanska to break. Needs to get some momentum now.
Let's pass.
It's not just the first serve, is it? It's the second serve as well that's caused opponents at Wimbledon so many problems.
Yes.
118 out wide. Quick as a flash, those break points have gone. Must be heartbreaking.
She must feel like she's playing Serena.
Yes. There's a couple of iffy shots there. I don't know why she followed her in the previous one.
I think she was thinking she'd wrong foot Radwanska. Radwanska, always such great anticipation. Anticipation is knowing what your opponent's tendencies are and reading their body as well when they go to hit the ball.
Well played.
Advantage, Miss Radwanska.
That's definitely one of her biggest weapons. That backhand down the line is so accurate.
Third chance for the break.
Get Miss Radwanska.
Well, she's picking up again. Smiles there in the Polish camp.
1-all, second set.
Had time, finally, on the Lisicki serve. And her favorite shot.
Just making a few mistakes now. As it was as many as 17 in the match.
That's okay when you back it up with 25 winners. There's the backhand running down the line that I've been talking about all week.
30-15.
Great movement. Yeah, she left herself open for that, did Lisicki. It had to be a virtual winner.
40-15.
Radwanska's used to absorbing the power on the second shot after her second serve.
She is so dangerous.
Radwanska hardly sort of split-stepped after the serve, and it was gone, whizzing past her. That's unbelievable.
Her improvement continues.
So escalates 2 games to 1, second set. First set, Miss Lisicki.
Starting to turn things around and not dominate the match, but certainly impose herself a little more. We always said that this one would be about winners and unforced errors for Lisicki, really. And that really does tell the tale. Those are the unforced errors. And there's the winners.
Well, they're both still in positive numbers, which is really what they're looking for. And I just wonder if Radwanska might have to take a little more risk in this match. Maybe. And I like there in the last couple of games just starting to push Lisicki around, because you do not want the German to stand there and hit and swing, because she just will hit even more winners.
She shared the same hotel as us in Roland Garros, and she was up in the gym quite a lot, Sabine Lisicki. And I had the misfortune of going in there and watching her work out. I was out of there pretty quickly. It was awesome.
But what was interesting was it wasn't a great gym, was it? Half the equipment was broken, and the bits that were working weren't great, but she was there. Really, I have to say I wasn't there, but I know you told me that she was in there.
She's an imposing physical specimen. Tricky because it was dipping so quickly.
She needed to be up one step forward so that the ball was not below the height of the net, or let it bounce. If she had let that bounce, she would have easily hit an overhead.
Or, horror of horror, hit a conventional volley.
And you know, whatever happens in this match, she's not going to stop going for big shots.
No, that's her game. All out aggression.
Well, she's due a bit of luck.
30.
Clever swinging serve at an important time.
40-30. Yes.
The return position is so critical against Lisicki. Move forward and try to get it early. You don't give her as much angle on the serve, but you have less time to react. But if you move back, you give her the angle.
That left arm, it gets a little quick, doesn't it? Where the ball, the hand that she throws the ball out of, and that's where that toss goes a little awry.
Good stuff from Radwanska, taking the initiative.
Taking the initiative because the second serve was only 80 miles per hour.
Advantage, Miss Radwanska.
So finally something to look at. Takes advantage.
Just enough angle from Lisicki.
Yes. Miss Lisicki.
So accomplished.
That was a brain cramp from Lisicki there with that drop shot. I think it was a drop shot.
Yes. Difficult to be sure.
Yes.
And if
So much air under it.
Radwanska's watched any of the tapes this Wimbledon. She knows that she passes down the line on that running backhand just about every time. Radwanska there.
Advantage, Miss Lisicki.
Not playing as well now.
Yes.
Took a little off that first serve, 94 miles per hour. Against Williams, she was getting up in the high teens, 120s, and big second serve as well.
Advantage, Miss Lisicki.
Brought up short.
The irony is that it's Radwanska that likes to hit the line. She does not like it when her opponent hits the lines.
Yes.
Four doubles now for Lisicki. Too many errors from the German right now.
Advantage, Miss
She needs her big serve to keep her in good stead. That is so unlike Radwanska.
Yes.
So unusual to get the break point and to not even get the return back in play. Especially when she can sense that this has been a shakier game here from Lisicki.
Lovely approach, and it earns her a third crack.
Advantage, Miss Radwanska.
We talked about the lack of power from Radwanska, but she does stand so close to the baseline and hits it early. It gets the same job done as pace, where you rush your opponent.
Thank you. Courts.
Well, she bided her time. And now she has the momentum. 3 successive games now for Agnieszka Radwanska.
3 games to 1, second set.
And Lisicki has gone off the boil. Well, we wonder whether it would be a dip, maybe an emotional dip from Lisicki. It's happening at the moment, not an emotional one, but there is a dip in her form. The question is, how long will it last? That might give us a clue.
I think she took her foot off the pedal a little bit. Started making a few more errors.
Yeah, you look at those last couple of service games where she was broken, she had game points in both of them, and they really were quite routine games if she played sensibly.
That is phenomenal touch. Quite a shot maker from a very awkward position.
15,
Oh.
30.
Just genius.
That was the only shot on.
But Lisicki doesn't care. She'll just keep hammering away.
40.
She might have the door open here.
Thirty, 40.
Just getting a little bit of luck going her way now. Still break point. Well, there's the emphatic answer to the question.
Miss Radwanska leads 3 games to 2, second set. First set, Miss Lisicki.
The letdown didn't last long.
No, and that's what Lisicki has done so well this Wimbledon. She's been down in matches, lost the first set against Stosur, came back and won. Lost 8 or 9 games in a row against Serena Williams. It looked like she was out of the match, down 3-1 and 4-2 in the third set against Williams. Williams seemed to be in cruise control, and Lisicki has been so poised, so calm, so positive. You just feel like she has so much confidence behind that big serve. And she's moving so well up to that drop shot beautifully.
To me, she looks, I don't know if it was all the fitness workouts at the French Open in the hotel gym. To me, she looks a lot fitter, and she looks much more balanced on the ball. She doesn't look like she's falling off it. She looks neater and behind it. I know she still makes a ton of unforced errors, but she doesn't make as many huge errors as she used to, and it's just feel like it's just elevated her level to become a very slightly more consistent player.
Had a real problem again with the left ankle last year, so she didn't play as much as she should have. A chance she's going to go very near the top 10. If she won here, she would go to 11 in the world.
Love 50.
Radwanska seizing the moment.
Love 30.
Yes, and talking about balance, this shot has a lot of spin. She makes that look very easy.
She wanted.
A surprise attack to the net.
Well, I wasn't sure that was quite the right ball to come in on. She really got caught there. Did well to get away with that. And usually, if you serve well, you smash well.
Lifted up on that forehand.
30-40.
That shows a little nerve. She's really been staying down with that forehand wing and hitting it freely, which shows confidence.
Break point. Lisicki shouting up at her box, but it's Radwanska who's making more of the plays now. All but one of the games in this set have been breaks of serve, and Lisicki's serve is becoming less important.
Both will change their rackets, same time the ball change.
It just looks to me as if Radwanska is just nudging the ball around the court a little more, making Lisicki move, as you mentioned, Tracy. Radwanska right up on her baseline. You know, defenders have to find a better way to create some time out there, and because she stands up so tight to that line, she's got the great hands, the great knees. She's able to do that.
I think Lisicki, her game is deflated a bit in the last couple of games. Not serving as well. Ground strokes coming up with a few more errors. She's not dictating play like she was. And Radwanska, we know that she just doesn't need much to turn a match around.
This one, though, she rides on emotion, doesn't she? These two women out here, they could not be more different. It's the coolness against the passion.
But Lisicki, to be fair, has looked pretty cool until now, and now there are signs that the emotions are coming to the surface.
Consistency is just not there. Just in the last 2 or 3 games.
Boy, oh boy, that missed by a country mile. Well, the crowds here at Wimbledon have fallen in love day after day with this beaming smile, but it's a little way away right now. You can see a strong look up at her box, presumably at Wim's set. And maybe some calming words. Dad's trying to say topspin, I think. Is it put a bit more topspin on?
That's what it looked like
to
me.
Mum's getting in on the action now.
So hard for the parents.
Well, she felt so confident, as Sam was saying beforehand. She made a very confident start, but right now the pressure's on. She's got to perform better than that.
I just wondered, Tracy, you were talking about all those Grand Slam quarterfinals that Radwanska's played. You know, she's so often at the end of tournaments. She's played so many big matches. Lisicki's career has been up and down and up and down. And I just wonder, in these moments, all those big matches she's won, all those big matches she's been in, and her temperament, do you feel it gives her the edge?
Well, even the last match, she was playing against Li Na, had saved 4 set points in that first set, a high-quality match. But you're right, so much more experience in the late stages of Grand Slam. 7 quarterfinalists. The finals here last year as well.
So Lisicki serving to stay in the set. As we said before, she will not hold back, even though she's not performed in the last 15 minutes.
So when Dad gave that little indication of a little more topspin, and that's exactly what she needs. She doesn't need to slow anything down. She needs to actually accelerate, continue to accelerate the racket head, but just with a little more spin.
But we focus a lot on Lisicki. Radwanska's played a much better set this time around.
Just cleaner.
She's starting to enjoy herself, isn't she? A little one of those, another one of those, some of this, and that's how she likes to play.
Just missed, I think. Having a long pleading look against Maria Cicak.
Throughout this tournament, she has not made one successful Hawkeye.
And it continues.
Dear.
Lisicki has 2 challenges remaining.
Dear, dear. The wheels are near to coming off at the moment. It is set point for Radwanska. Another big miss, and it's the Polish miss who's looking good at the end of the second set. Well, we've said before the start, during the match, this match is not really in Radwanska's hands, and it isn't now. She's playing better. It's all about Lisicki. No wonder she's going off. That's a good move, Tracy.
Yes, she needs to try to slow this match down. Her serve is so critical, and now she has 6 double faults, only 5 aces. Example, that last shot on set point down, that just wasn't the right shot. Lisicki's got to go back to better and smarter shot selection. When she's off balance, give the ball a little bit more air, get the ball back in play, wait for the right opportunity to go so big. And Radwanska, she just makes you play shot after shot after shot, rarely giving you anything and breaking you down mentally.
17 unforced errors for Lisicki in that set, as opposed to 3. And the winners weren't quite as many. And by the end of the set, they were virtually dried out.
Lisicki's first service percentage, 55%. And you rely on that big of a weapon. Needs to be up at least 65, and she's hoping 70%.
And when the serve isn't going in, she's only winning 28% of the points.
To me, she's not hitting her second serve as much as she has the rest of the tournament. She's taken a bit of pace off.
Sam, your thoughts? Is it still all about Lisicki?
I think Radwanska's got her sort of little fingernails into this match now, and we look at the stats and they tell you a lot, but my whole sense through that second set was that Lisicki's serve wasn't firing. When you watch Lisicki serve, you look at the speed guns so often up at 120, 122, that's when she's playing her best tennis, and I wasn't doing that. And in fact, there were some second serves, well, I could serve them faster than that. They were just rolling in at 70 miles an hour, and Radwanska must have been like, great, I've got something to go on, and it allowed her actually to push Lisicki around and get the German out of her rhythm.
She broke her 4 successive times.
I mean, that must give you, she must sit there with her ice packs and her bandaging and goodness knows heat pads, thinking, okay, I'm in this. I've got a real chance now. I don't know how confident she was about her body coming onto court, and she must have been intimidated by the way Lisicki's been playing at this tournament. But now I've got a feeling she probably truly believes that she's going to be in the final.
Does Lisicki now? That's the big question. You were saying before she felt very, very confident. That was a bit of a heartbreak at the end of that second set.
Well, this is a look in the mirror in the ladies' locker room moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's all for Lisicki. It's trying to get back that same type of game that she played in the first set, where she was getting a high percentage of first serves in, so therefore dictating with her forehand in the middle of the court, moving Radwanska around, trying to finish points either off at the net or when she was on balance with the forehand. But Radwanska, as we know, as she gets into the point, and as the points go longer, the edge goes to her.
It's also a little about expectation as well, isn't it? It's Paula Radcliffe, the very glamorous black dress there.
Plenty of love and support raining down on Sabine there,
Final set.
who's right below them.
Radwanska to serve.
How about that? What a way to start. Welcome back to the court, Sabine.
She hits that shot better than anyone on tour. Backhand up the line or from the middle of the court, create an angle.
Just at the moment, she can't punch holes through Radwanska. Been doing it to everyone all tournament, but not now. Close. Again, just a check, no challenge. And a little bit of luck that was going her way, now consistently going against her.
Can't afford those freebies against Radwanska. She's very stingy, doesn't give you any.
More like it.
It's like Radwanska's along for the ride this game. It's either an error, a quick error, or winner.
Game is Radwanska.
I wonder what Serena Williams is thinking when she's watching this.
I don't think she's watching.
You don't?
No, I wouldn't bet. I
Lost
think
interest.
it's too painful.
Yeah.
You mean Maria, Vika and Serena aren't sort of lined up on a communal sofa thinking, let's get the Wimbledon semi-finals on. Big screen TV, popcorn. No? You're not seeing that?
Can't get that vision.
Cheetah enjoying things. She knows what it's like to win here.
Martina Navratilova in the final, pretty impressive.
Yeah. Still can't get it out of my head that this is the woman who just a few days ago was beating Serena Williams and playing unbelievably well to do so. Potency of Lisicki just seemed to have drained away.
No, sorry, go ahead, Tracy.
No, she had to pull back because she's making so many unforced errors in this set already that she's walking that fine line of how big to go. Do I make the errors? That's when she plays her best, is when she goes for her shots, but hasn't been a clean set. And then you pull back, Radwanska's going to get you running.
How good was that?
Well, I was thinking along the same lines, actually, which is good. That it's almost as if she doesn't really know how to pull back. Taking 10% off is very difficult for her. She plays so much on instincts. You almost feel out here she's trying to make it happen, overthinking it. And there's one thing for sure against Radwanska. Tracy, you came up with a great stat. She makes an average of 4 unforced errors a set. Well, she's not going to give it away out here. Lisicki is going to have to hit a lot of winners.
40-30. Yes.
Ace number 6. Hear the groan.
Yes.
Crowd really feeling for her. You know what she's going through. Losing a whole lot of serves on the ad court, left court. It's such a big game, this one. She's lost 7 of the last 8 games.
She's really lost her way. Just doesn't have the rhythm at all.
And that, I'm afraid, is calamitous. It'll take some hauling back from here, especially against Agnieszka Radwanska, who you know is mentally teak tough.
It's amazing, isn't it? Probably about 40 minutes ago, Lisicki was a set, and she was 1-love, and she was 40-15, and she had that volley that she hit about 10 feet out the back. It was a regulation volley. She screamed, and then she lost that game.
And she's worked virtually nothing since.
Love 15.
18th forehand winner. And this match is kind of paralleled Lisicki's career, the ups and the downs. Never know what you're going to get on a given day or a given set from Lisicki. Interesting point.
Because she played like Radwanska, and she's not Radwanska.
Well, Radwanska took all the pace out of the shot. She wasn't even really hitting the ball. Making Lisicki create the pace. Just getting enough balls back in play right now. That's all she needs to do.
At times like this, do you remember that I was 4-2 down against Serena Williams and I came back?
Absolutely. You need to pull from matches like that.
13.
You were able to change that, such a huge swing of momentum around.
Let's.
Struggling for feel, hammering away with a hand at the racket. Must be an awful feeling. And the feel seems to be less and less. It's not too late, but it's getting very late to turn this around.
And Radwanska just playing such smart tennis. Last serve, only 88 miles per hour. She's actually just taking pace off, making Lisicki try to create the pace. It's getting a lot of balls back in deep. At this point, not having to do anything super special.
Look at that. 37-6.
And that actually magnifies the problem, doesn't it? When you're making so many errors, if your opponent's making a ton too, well, you may be able to smuggle through somehow a few points here and there. But Radwanska, she's the human shock absorber, isn't she? She's not going to give you anything at all, and that makes it worse for Lisicki. And it's fluff tennis out here, isn't it? From Radwanska, just dinking the ball around, and it's working.
At a time like this, if you're Lisicki, surely you've got to go with what you know, which is a big game. It's all very well talking about, take 10% off. She's tried that, it hasn't worked, the field's not there. She has to go for it now and be true to herself.
Without a doubt, but more spin. At this point, more spin and bigger targets, even though that's not your instinct. That's where the coaching would have to come in before a match like this. When you start to lose the feel, that's when you pull back. clarify that. You don't pull back as far as how hard you're hitting or your racket head speed, but just more spin and bigger target.
15.
Where's this come from?
This is more like Lisicki. You know, let's just go for it. Let's hit lines. Oh.
Oh. Anything you can do.
30, 15.
That being said, excellent return, but this was 95-mile-an-hour first serve. Lisicki was up in 115 range.
That's a start.
Miss Radwanska leads 3-1 final set.
Whether it's a significant start, this next game will tell us. So clever, off balance.
15.
Wrong footing her. There's a couple of things you know about this match. You never know what's around the corner from Lisicki, and you always know what you're going to get from Radwanska.
That's how low she gets. Didn't work that time.
She'd be a good limbo dancer, wouldn't she?
She would.
Let's first serve.
Yes, missed time shot from Radwanska there. I think upset her.
15, 13.
There is the power. Power we saw in the first set time after time.
15, 14.
2 break back points.
Thank you.
And you can hear the crowd now. They could make a big difference right here.
30, 14.
Excellent defense from Radwanska to get there so quickly, and great hands just flick it back in.
Boy, oh boy. It's all change.
3-2 final set.
Well, you need to be a clairvoyant to predict what is going to happen, not only in this championships, but in this match.
This match really sums up these championships this year.
I'm hanging up my boots. It's all over.
She looked, well, on the way out, didn't she? 10 minutes ago, and then suddenly this.
Yeah, got a little bit more consistent, even that last rally. So much longer, and then all of a sudden comes up with the winner. So waited for what she felt was a better opportunity, where she was more comfortable. She's hit that really sharp forehand cross court so well, particularly in the first set today.
And now, red alert for Radwanska, because we know what happened for Lisicki against Serena Williams.
This is when all of a sudden it doesn't look like it's in Radwanska's hands again.
Well, it rarely is with Lisicki. With that many winners and that many unforced errors, she's the one that's forcing the issue. She's definitely got the bigger weapons as far as way to end points. And that second set ended in way too quickly with unforced.
So one break each, 2-3 in this deciding set. Serve is starting to fire again. That was 113. And so was that. It's quite amazing. Point now, really sticking it to Radwanska. Love 3 has become 3-3.
Really quite extraordinary to be that off your game and then just be able to pick it up again. That serve right at the body. Takes such big cuts at the ball. That's really has to be on balance, and that one just needed one more step, a little better footwork.
Hugging the grass again.
I'd love a stat for how many times Radwanska hits this backhand winner when she's redirecting it from cross court.
Thinking really clearly now. Channeling all that emotion into some very thoughtful play.
Did Radwanska pull up after? No, just too good.
I don't even see out the corner of the screen, but the scoreboard is flickering, which is it's right in Lisicki's vision right now. more or less at that. Gorgeous. Normally at those points you'd back Radwanska.
Well, she's playing a little against her personality here, because in that rally she wanted to hit it. She so badly wanted to hit it hard. She waited a long time for the right ball.
But Radwanska hanging tough. Enthralling match. That's where we are. And over on the hill, people enjoying the start of the summer. And after the disappointment of the first semi-final, which was over almost before it had started, an hour and 2 minutes. This is really quite gripping. A great day out. Wonder if any of those know who's going to win this match, because we sure don't. Can she hold it together really for the rest of this match? It was about that at the start. It's about it now.
Now, can she dictate? Get enough balls back in play?
Time.
No German in the final since a certain Steffi Graf was runner-up to our Lindsay back in 1999. Pole's still optimistic. And she won't let them down, that's for sure. But the Germans increasingly optimistic. Take her eye off the ball.
Got a little spin. This is not what they should be thinking, but somewhere in the back of their mind, you know, they must have that thought. Marion Bartley is the one waiting for me in the final. Bartley, number 15. There's no Serena Williams there. There's no Sharapova.
The perceived wisdom is that whoever wins this match wins the tournament. But I'm sure Marion Bartley has other ideas. Second serve is 69 miles an hour.
Not as much velocity.
Yes.
It's interesting though, Radwanska doesn't look like to hit a winner off that sort of serve. She just pushes it into one corner, and then so often she's got Lisicki running with the next shot, and then Lisicki makes an error. We've seen that pattern time and time again.
Let's first.
She needed to be an inch taller.
Just 5'8", still so speedy and great racket head control to get that back in play from Radwanska.
What an important point. It's well watched. Mother Elizabeth, she's trying to do her best to look composed, but she's finding it virtually impossible, but she's giving a very good acting performance. For all.
Beautiful hands to get around the outside of the ball to create the angle.
Love 50.
You cannot write this, can you?
She's been going up the line, switched it up.
That's to me where she's just got caught time and time again running to that forehand.
15.
I'm sure Radwanska's onboard computer crunching all the numbers in her analysis of what has been happening out here.
Second time she's mistimed this game.
Very uncharacteristic, unforced air from the middle of the court with plenty of time.
Rockets up to 7 unforced errors. So difficult to get past. Always has been, always will be.
A lot of time to think about this. A little son to contend with as well. Excellent pass. Such a critical stage.
Controlled herself so well there. And here's break point.
30-40.
She got a little lucky there. There wasn't total control in that last shot to the baseline, but she's got it. And Lisicki is a game away from the Wimbledon final.
It's 5-4 final set.
Here's the reaction. So close, it's so tantalizingly close now.
Her serve to come. It's It's on her racket.
All the cliches about this being the hardest game to win, they're all there, multiplied in spades, aren't they? We've seen her falter once, big time, in this match. It nearly cost her her place in the final. Now she's got it on her racket.
The biggest service game of her life. She says this is her favorite tournament. And we see that by her results. She's 18-4 coming into this match at Wimbledon, 16-15 at all other Grand Slams.
Yeah.
She loves it here.
You putting your money down, Sam? I don't think so.
Time.
I'll put my money down for Lisicki. How about that?
Don't count this young lady out.
No.
We've seen her done it.
Yeah, she's
Do
going to
it
make
many times.
She's going to make returns, isn't she? If anyone can, she will.
This is it then. After an hour and 3/4, Lisicki serves for the Wimbledon final. And that'll relieve a lot of the tension.
She was in this exact same position against Serena Williams.
Astonishing. Great get.
What I will put money on is that these two will get a standing ovation at the end of this match,
Yes.
whoever wins.
Good play from Radwanska.
13.
Lisicki try to come up with something special. Good volley moving forward.
Well, she didn't get a lot of luck at the start, Radwanska, but that is huge. And here are two break-back points.
15, 14.
Super timing.
13, 14. Miss Radwanska.
So a third chance for Radwanska. Oh. 110 miles an hour. Ace number 9, 3 break points saved. Radwanska really went for it.
Advantage. Miss Radwanska.
Seemed like a good idea to bring Radwanska in, but hats off to the pole. Her indomitable character in full view there.
5 games all, final set.
It's coolness personified, isn't it? And I have to say, I don't feel that Sabine Lisicki did an awful lot wrong in that game. That was about the woman in your picture.
Just a deuce, though. She hit a second serve that was a little slower than normal and shorter. Radwanska, experienced player that she is, jumped all over it.
A roar of approval.
Love 50.
52 outright winners.
Good patience there from Lisicki, waiting for the right shot.
Very positive play from Radwanska.
15.
She hits that forehand so early, and that takes phenomenal timing. That particular approach shot she really likes.
That's a 15.
Such clear thinking from Radwanska.
To me, that's kind of her trademark shot. It's the fake drop shot.
15.
Looks like she's going to hit a drop shot. Lisicki moves in and then gets caught.
That's so mean, isn't it?
I think Radwanska thought she might run into the net, but she managed to stop herself.
13.
Got the brakes on in time. A fine shot to finish.
Was it going to be another Djokovic from the French Open?
Yeah. Well, we couldn't have more contrasting semi-finals. And remember, there's no tie-break in this third set. We will move on and on, if you can stand it.
So this is what Wimbledon semi-finals looks like without Serena Williams.
Yeah.
It's a very different place, isn't it?
But I have to say, hats off to Sabine Lisicki particularly, because up until now, her match against Serena was the match of the tournament as far as the women are concerned. And here she's producing another one here with Radwanska.
Like that reaction after Radwanska got that last point. I heard her say, "Come on," and she's very few times do you see her demonstrative on court. That definitely sends a message to her opponent. She doesn't do often. She's usually so calm and collected, but very positive message that she sent to Lisicki.
She doesn't make a sound out there, does she? Not a fist pump, not a grunt, nothing at all.
We quite like that.
The silent assassin.
There was a quiet come on, and I like that.
So Lisicki, who was serving for the final, now serves to stay in the semi-final.
Looking for a lot of first serves this game.
It's great. Prolonged applause. I thought she got it here, but it was just slow enough.
15.
She's that good. She might have hit the ball with the racket. That error belonged to the second set. 2 points away.
Great rebound.
115 miles an hour. I think that's the quickest serve of the set.
It's the ultimate problem solver, isn't it?
I could tell she was nervous right away. Didn't go for that first serve.
That was a presence.
And when she gets nervous, she tends to go to the drop shot. And that wasn't a good one.
Radwanska's not a woman that you play cat and mouse with.
Just the kind of volley she wants. At a time like this, she doesn't need it any more difficult.
Advantage, Miss Lisicki.
Oh. Looked very dicey for a while, but she shows her character there.
6 games all, final sets. The German number of challenges has been reset.
Move into the third hour of this match.
Really impressive service hold there from Lisicki. Looked a little nervous at the beginning. Right up the line.
That's on the paint again.
She's going to challenge, but I don't think she's going to be lucky.
Usually when it hits right there, ball stops a bit, messes up your timing.
2 challenges remaining.
Just 67-mile-per-hour second serve, begging to be punished.
That one's under the radar, isn't it?
So unlike Radwanska, that shot. Their best to look cool. Yes, well, she moved in inside the baseline, really threatening that time. And didn't she give it the bullet?
And ran around the backhand.
89 miles an hour, that last forehand.
And why not run around the backhand and hit the forehand?
Clever serve.
30-40.
Still break point. Sense after the last second serve. She needs the first serve to be in here.
Yes.
Looked
Deep.
a little taut, didn't it?
So deep into the forehand corner, and Lisicki just got to lift that one. So many of those wide forehands in the net. Aim deep cross court.
Well, the luck's completely turned her way.
Advantage, Miss Radwanska.
I think she deserved it, though. She kept her hands well out in front, nice and firm, and pushed with her legs forward just enough to get that ball over the net.
No. Got the line, surely.
Call on the right side of the line, the ball's called out.
And another bit of luck. So Radwanska 7-6. Lisicki will serve for the second time to stay in the match. Huge atmosphere inside and out. You've got superheroes. super day out, and they've got exactly what they wanted. They must have felt a little bit shortchanged after the first match. Not a bit of it now. He must be going through it. Daughter going down the far end now, serving once again to stay in the match.
So much at stake for these two. Trying to get their first Grand Slam title, which is so critical in a career.
Sweetly timed.
A little bit late, but it turned out well.
She did really well, actually, because when the ball hits in those brown patches in front of the baseline, it really does shoot up. It bounces differently to when it hits in the green parts of the grass. The ideal here would be the old Pete Sampras trick. Have a really quick service game after your opponent's had a long service game and put them back into serve, build pressure.
Yeah. Just too much air under the ball from Radwanska.
Really focused game here from Lisicki. Just to put that into perspective, they're just going for the final here, but they know there's an opportunity, and winning one Grand Slam is a career changer. Plenty of people in the Tennis Hall of Fame with one Grand Slam. That's what you dream of. That's why you hit the ball on the wall as a little kid. Why you spend so much time in the gym just to hold up one of 4 Grand Slam trophies.
Thank you.
Still, just don't know what to expect. And that's a little bit of luck for Lisicki.
Courageous to move forward, making Radwanska try to come up with a little short cross court.
Typical Radwanska rally, and 9 times out of 10 she wins them.
And a drop shot cross court this time.
15 all.
Perfectly executed lob. From an awkward position.
I know it's such a vital time in the match, but I think psychologically I would love to see Lisicki just crack the living daylights out of first and second serve. Really get into Radwanska's head. It's not right that she hasn't hit a double fault out here yet. And here's the time to do it.
30 all.
It sounds really tough to say that, but that's the area of weakness, and she needs to be really pressurized behind both serves.
It's a threatening position. Just the job. Even Radwanska couldn't cope with that.
30-40.
Break point. Just going to challenge. She kept being told it's long, but it's 30-40.
But that's amazing, isn't it? On such a key point, this breaks up her service rhythm.
Oh, it's not far long either.
Where she was hitting that from, halfway up the court and up the line, had a very short court to hit into. Needed a lot of spin.
Will she get a better chance than that? Opening her shoulders there.
Looking for the forehand.
Advantage miss, Lisicki.
The forehand from the middle of the court, so tough to read where Lisicki's going to go.
It is out. Lisicki has broken again. She will serve for it all again. Incredible match.
The drama. Changes in momentum.
Well, even the scoreboard can't cope, because at the end of the court it's gone down completely. It just can't handle any more change out here.
No more heat.
It's gone.
Yeah, you can sympathize.
Mum has gone through the ringer. I have a feeling she'd rather be in a field with her watercolours somewhere, anywhere, but here. She's not built for this, is she, really?
Remember, Pete Sampras's parents never came and watched. They came and watched that one time at Wimbledon, his last Wimbledon, but they just couldn't take it. They'd rather be away from it all.
Time.
Hear the score at the end.
Can she this time? She could probably feel the love coming down. Big kicker of a serve.
Yeah, she's got a lot of kick. Got very high in the two-hander. She was up 15 love last time she served for it.
Really roared into that one, and it's brought up 3 match points.
Thank you.
That is guts.
40-15.
Nice for Lisicki to have that cushion of a couple match points still.
She survived another roller coaster ride, the roller coaster ride of her life. She's in the Wimbledon final. What a go, and what a match. And she held it together when all seemed lost. She seemed to have lost it all together at the end of the second set, start of the third. But the woman who put out the mighty Serena Williams has justified that and made it through to Saturday's final.
The extremes in sports, that's why we like watching. Crying on this side from Lisicki because of joy and happiness, long journey together with her mom and dad. Getting to the Wimbledon final, and of course the heartbreak. Agnieszka Radwanska, number 4 in the world, thinking this would be a good opportunity maybe for her, but she came up with the goods when it mattered most. Down 3-love in that third set. Game was completely off, and she somehow found another gear, like she's done a couple of times here at Wimbledon. So impressive. Always have had the physical skills, but she's starting to put it together mentally as well.
She lost 9 out of 10 games at the end of the second set, start of the third. To be honest, you wouldn't have given her a prayer at that stage.
No, it was an analysis-defying match, wasn't it? It really was. And I think somewhere between that beautiful smile and all those tears and all that emotion, there might be a Wimbledon Championships for her on Saturday afternoon. She certainly, from where I'm sitting, goes into the final as the favourite.
And we'll need a long lie down after that one. And the crowd got what they wanted. They got the match they deserved, and they got this sunny winner who has lit up Wimbledon this year.
The crowd loves Lisicki, but I thought they were very respectful and very fair, because they do take in their champions and I think their finalists as well. Radwanska got to the finals last year and pushed Serena Williams to 3 sets, so there was a lot of respect there. And if this is the same as other days, she will pretty much stay there and sign almost every single autograph. Why not? She loves center court.
If some little kid presents you with a giant tennis ball, there is absolutely no way that you can't sign it. Is that? I mean, she's just got to do it.
Well, also, she's on center court, just won the match of her life. Maybe that along with beating Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Why not stay out here a little longer and soak it up?
And finally, Germany have a heroine. They've waited a long time since Steffi, but this will be big news. There's been a drought of major Germans in the latter stages of Grand Slam tournaments over the last few years. They have so many women who've been close, and now one has broken through to the final. It's amazing how she loves Wimbledon. She's beaten top 10 players 11 times in her career. 7 of them now have been here.
And this is a woman who medically is allergic to grass. That just says it all, doesn't it?
It really does. 2 hours and 18 minutes it took. The most dramatic of semi-finals. But Lisicki has made it through to her first Grand Slam final. A super afternoon. 9-7 in the third set. And the finalist is now courtside, and she's with Gary Richardson.
Many, many congratulations. Great performance. You made it. What a finish.
Unbelievable. I think the last few games were so exciting, and we were fighting. Agnieszka played so well throughout the match, and it was a battle, and I'm just so happy to have won it.
What can it have been like for your parents to sit there and watch and to wonder whether you were going to make it?
I have no idea. I didn't know how it will end up myself. I just fought with all my heart, and I believed that I can still win no matter what the score was.
You won the first set, then she came back. Did it remind you a little bit of the match against Serena Williams?
A little bit in the third set when I was down 3-love. I thought, okay, you've done that against Serena, so you can do it today as well. Just hang in there, and the crowd was super.
Yeah, you really drew on the experiences from the Serena match.
Definitely, it gave me so much confidence, and I'm just so happy that I was able to finish it.
The whole Wimbledon experience, you've absolutely loved it, haven't you? Constantly smiling, enjoying your tennis so much.
Oh, definitely. Wimbledon is my favorite tournament. I love it so much, and I love being in England, and I don't know, it's just my favorite tournament, and I cannot believe I'm in the final.
And you had a text from Steffi Graf.
Well, she wished me luck before the match, yes.
Brilliant. And now the final. What do you think about your opponent?
Well, I haven't thought about that yet. No chance.
Understandably.
I think I'll be happy for today, and then can refocus tomorrow.
Enjoy your evening. Very well done.
Thank you so much.